Governor, good morning to you, and welcome out there in Des Moines, Iowa.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
You've been through this drill before, Governor. What's it feel like this time around?
Well, a lot different. For one, we've been prepared for this for the last 2.5 years. And, Iowans want to see you often. In 2011, we kind of parachuted into this thing about this time of year in 2011, way behind and with a big hole dug from the standpoint of the other folks who've been here a long time. So putting together a campaign requires a lot of time, a lot of work in a place like Iowa. And that's the reason we're here, is to continue to build that formation, build that foundation, and it's going well. I'm excited. We had big crowds and exciting crowds. We were in South Carolina last week with some of the most productive trips that we've had there. I leave and go back to South Carolina again, then I'm back in New Hampshire and Iowa in the weeks to come as well. So
good to hear, Governor.
It's a steady diet.
Okay, so then are you putting to rest then all of the rumors that have been swirling that your campaign's running out of money, that Governor Rick Perry is canceling out, all of that not true?
Well, certainly the canceling out part is not true. Everybody in life's had some money problems from time to time. Even as the governor of Texas back in 2003, we had $10 billion shortfall. And whether it's in your campaign or whether it's in your personal life or your small business or being the governor of the 12th largest economy in the world, you got to make some cuts and reduce and have a little smaller footprint. That's what we've done. Sure. But nothing's changing from the standpoint of our message and going to the places. And, if the person with the most money could win the presidency, if that's all that was required, then, I'm pretty sure Donald Trump would write a check and it'd be done.
Yeah, President Trump, it would be, if that were the metric. I'm sure you saw over the last 12 hours or so, Governor, Hillary Clinton was at a town hall out in Las Vegas, and our own Ed Henry asked her about, whether or not she wiped their server clean, and she made a joke about, you mean with a dust rag, or whatever the joke was, something like that. This is the second time in about 3 or 4 days where she's tried to use humor to deflect the problem of the fact that she's in trouble with this thing, because now the FBI's got her server. It looks like they're going to be able to figure out what was on it and who tried wiping it and when.
Well, this is a serious issue, and it's one that she needs to take serious, because the American people are taking it serious. More importantly, people who rely upon the State Department keeping that classified information, just that, top secret and classified, are worried about it, I would suggest to you, because, again, we don't know what was on, but there's a substantial amount of classified information. The Secretary of State should have known the seriousness of which allowing this to be put on a server that wasn't secure. I mean, this is of national importance. There have people who have lost their jobs. There are people who have been imprisoned by these types of actions. And Hillary Clinton's got a lot of explaining to do. The people around her have a lot of explaining to do. And more importantly, I hope American citizens that put their lives on the line for us are not going to be exposed because of this information that she so frivolously pitched out there.
And she said it's going to burn itself out, but I doubt that's going to happen. Meanwhile,
well, something's going to burn out, all right, but it's probably not going to be this email story and this server story.
Let's just say, hey, let's talk a little bit about immigration. As you know, Donald Trump puts out a 6-page white paper on his plan for immigration. One of the things getting the most publicity is if you are born here by illegal parents, you no longer, under his plan, would get instant citizenship. We know that the 14th Amendment says you do. Would Governor Perry work on that if he was president?
Well, there are a number of things in his plan that, obviously I think I certainly have been talking about for some time. I called for doing away with sanctuary cities back in 2011. I've been working on this border issue for a long time. And securing the border is the real issue. I disagree. There's a better way to secure this border than what he talks about, this building a wall, 1,933-mile border. There's a better way. It's putting people on the border, the personnel in the right places. It's strategic fencing in those metropolitan areas.
Sure.
And the aviation assets are the real key here, from Tijuana to El Paso to Brownsville, 24/7 looking down with the technology to identify where activities are occurring that are either clearly illegal or suspicious, and quick response teams to go there at that particular point in time. And you can do this quickly. And I think that is the real point. If we will get focused on securing the border, I know you can do it. I've been engaged with this last summer when I looked the president in the eye and I said, Mr. President, if you don't secure the border, Texas is going to step in here.
So you're not challenging
and we did.
Are you not? You're not challenging, Governor, the 14th Amendment as it stands, as Donald Trump is.
Well, here's what I'm saying is that how long has it been since we've changed the Constitution of the United States? And I believe the early 90s, the 27th Amendment was finally addressed and we put into to that Constitution. It took 200 years to do that. I'm a governor who believes that you have to address the challenges that you have. You can't just, be talking about it. And I think talking about the 14th Amendment and changing the 14th Amendment is an exercise that's going to take a long time. Let's secure the border. If you secure the border, then these anchor babies and these birthright citizenship issues go away. Secure the border. Focus on the real issue that we have. I mean, there's so many of these things that people want to talk about out there on immigration and what have you that get addressed with the security of the border. I know how to secure that border.
Sure.
All right. Thanks, Governor.
Governor Rick Perry, there in Des Moines near the Iowa State Fair. Please go eat some food on a stick, sir.
That's right. Thank you, Governor.